Hi guys, welcome back to another relocation series. So in today's video we're going to be discussing visa application, the process and all the requirements. So if this is something you might be interested in, hit that like button and let's get right into the video. So before we start, I just want to give a quick disclaimer. I'm not a visa agent. I am not an immigration officer. I don't issue visa to anybody. I'm just sharing this based off my own experience and the process I had to follow through to get my visa. And I'm just hoping this will also help you in your journey, or like give you an insight of what you are about to get into. You get what I mean? Okay. Let's start with the requirement, things you will need for this process. First of all, you need your passport. Before you travel, you need a passport, right? Okay, yeah. You need your passport, your international passport, that you want to be sure that it has a blank space where they can put the visa in, and also it is not expiring anytime soon. At least make sure your passport is not expiring in the next 6 months or something. In fact, for me self, it's not expiring in the next 2 years. So make sure your visa is up to date, and then it has blank space where they will put the visa. And now we're discussing student visa, or please, I don't know if I mentioned it, I'm discussing student visa. In my previous videos, we discussed about applying to schools and everything. If you haven't seen those videos yet, I'll link it up. In fact, I'm creating a playlist where I have all the relocation processes, visas, school, especially talking about student visa. Now I have a whole playlist. I'll just put the link up here so you go see all the videos that are in there, because I'm doing it like step by step. So we've discussed something in the previous video. If you're new here, hey, my name is Blessing. I don't know if I did an intro, but just go check all these video out. To just give you an insight of what we have been doing since this month. Next, you need your CAS. You need your CAS, that is confirmation of acceptance of study, which I discussed in my previous video on applying to schools and everything. So just check that video out. So you need your CAS as a student. If you're applying for a student visa, you need your CAS, and then you need your financial documents, which we're going to discuss much later in this video. We're going to be discussing financial documents on this video. And then you also need your degree certificate, your transcript, and your WAEC certificate. You need all these certificates to apply for your visa. You also need your visa previous visa page if you've traveled before. If you have travel history, you need to put all your previous visas. You need to photocopy them and put it. And then next, you need your marriage certificate. So if you're traveling to study as a student and you have a family, you have a partner, husband or wife, and then you will need your marriage certificate too. When you're submitting your visa, you need that. You need your tuberculosis test results, which I've mentioned the process in my last video, and then the visa fee and the IHS fee. Now let's start from the passport. I've already talked about the passport, how you need to have a blank space and all. Then the CAS, I've already talked about the CAS. Definitely need your CAS to prove that you have been accepted to study in so school. So CAS basically have all your details. The school is more like a reference from school, telling the embassy that they've accepted you, they've done everything they need to do, that it will have your course, how many years your course is going to stay, everything about your details. It will be on the CAS. So you don't even need some kind extra things. Everything they need to know is on the CAS. They have the CAS number, they have so many things, it's just there. Then you will need that. Then your degree certificate, your WAEC certificate, and your NECO certificate. So you will need all those certificates to prove to them that yes, this is the original certificate. You will need to prove to them that you have all these things. And then your previous visa page, which I already mentioned before, you need your previous. I think why they need that, just to check your history, just to know where you've been and all that. You need your visa page, and then your TB test. Now for the financial documents you need you need to have your balance school fees, this balance of your school fees. You know, in my previous video I mentioned that some schools will offer you a conditional, we give you a conditional offer whereby you pay part of your school fees and then you now have to pay the remaining balance when you arrive in the UK. Possibly they split it for you for some months. For some school they'll just split it for you for different months, and they'll just spread it out for you so you can be paying monthly till you finish paying your school fees. They expect you to have your balance school fees in your account, and then also they also expect you to have your living expense. Now everything I'm mentioning in this video, especially this living expense, is something you can go to the UK government website to check and confirm on the UK government website. They'll give you all the details you need there. So now, if you're coming to the UK as an international student, you need a living expense. So for people in London, because London is high rated, like the cost of living in London is really high, so they expect you to have the minimum of £1,334 per month for 9 months. That is £1,334 times 9. Sum it up, you need that money in your account. You need the total in your account plus your balance school fees. You need it to be in your account. Then if you're going to be studying outside of London, you need the total amount of £1,023 times 9 months. £1,023 a month times 9 months in your account. So that is the amount you need to have in your account with your balance school fees to show as proof of funds. Now, when you're for some school, they will require you to send it to them before your CAS, which I mentioned in my previous video. This is what you should have in your account for the it should have been in your account for the for 28 days in total in your account before you submit it to them. And after 28 days, you can use this particular statement, within I think within 30 days of the money completing 28 days, which means you're at an advantage. If you're applying for your CAS now, you send it to your school. After 28 days, you send it to your school to get your CAS. Your CAS comes within that 30 days and you're applying for your visa at the same time. Then you can use the same statement without having to print another statement, if you get what I mean. Okay, for example, when I did mine, after applying for my CAS and send them all those documents, my CAS came back, I think a week later or so. And I'd already started my visa process. I've already started applying for my visa, filling the form and everything. We'll get to the visa process in a bit, but I've already started the process. So immediately my CAS came, that was like the only thing remaining for us to upload and everything. Once we did it, I used the same back statement to apply for my visa. I hope that makes sense. So still on the financial documents you need, if you're applying with your dependents, now you have the choice of applying with or without your dependent. For me, I applied without my dependent, but for some people they apply with their dependent at once, which is totally okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with applying with your dependent, as far as you have the total money in your account. That's the thing, you must have all the money. Now for your dependent, if you're going to be staying in London, you need £845 times 9 months for each person. Then if you're going to be living outside London, you need £680 times 9 for if you're going to be living outside London times 9 for each dependent. So calculate it. If you have a partner and then you have children, let's say you have like 5 children, each of them £680 times 9 months outside London, for each of them. So 680 times 9, 680 times 9, just do the calculation yourself. So you have to have all this money. If you are applying with your dependents now, you have to have your own money. Remember we mentioned before, your own the amount you need for yourself as the student, and your balance school fees, and then the amount you need for your dependent and your dependents, your husband or your wife and the children, you need all this amount. Everything will now be in the account you will be submitting to the embassy, if you get what I mean. So with or without your dependent, it all depends on you if you have the money to do it. That's it for the financial documents you need. So once you have gathered all these documents, it's now time for you to apply for your visa. So basically you go on UK government website if you're doing it by yourself, or you have an agent that is doing it. Everything is on UK government website on how to apply and everything. The form will come out. You have to fill the form according to everything they are asking you. They will ask you if you have traveled before. You ask you just that. The form is basically you filling up everything, but then you have to pay for your visa fee. You have to pay for your visa fee. As when I did, my visa fee was $482. I hope I'm correct. If I'm not, I'll leave it in the screen. So I paid $482 for my visa fee. Then once you're finished filling the form, before you move to the next, they have step by step you need to follow. Then there's a point you get to, you need to pay the IHS fee. IHS fee is immigration health surcharge. You have to pay for it. This is more like your is more like what you're paying for your health, because when you come to the UK, you have to register with a GP, and anything you want to do concerning health is free. So it's more like you're paying ahead for it. So depending on how many years your course is, if you're doing 1 year course, you're only paying the amount I paid was $991.15. That was what I paid. And then if your studies is more than a year, maybe you have 2 years course, 3 years course, you pay that amount times how many years your course is. So mine is for 1 year, so I only paid $991.15 for health surcharge. So after that, those are the two payments you're going to make, and you have to now upload all your documents. You might choose to upload your documents, or you might choose for assisted. Where I use is the TLS application center in Abuja. I think they have office in Lagos too, but I use the one in Abuja. So you have to book an appointment there, choose a date when you want to go and upload. So you can choose the assisted service, where they charge you certain amounts for them to upload all your documents for you, or you upload your documents. Now all the documents you're going to be uploading, you have to put it on the form when you're filling. Like there is another form that will come up that will say that you have to tick like all the documents you're uploading. So for me, I uploaded my documents myself. I uploaded everything, which are these things I just mentioned to you. Those are the documents I uploaded for myself. Then for my dependent, because they applied differently now, if you're applying together with your dependent, of course you have to upload other documents that are involved. But for me, I only uploaded because it was just for me. Then when it was time for my dependents to apply to, they had different documents, which included just my husband and my son, so which included marriage certificate, birth certificate for my son, and basically their own bank statements, bank statements and some other things. Their own were just minor documents that you don't even need. So the main thing is the student document, which is the one I've mentioned to you. For your dependent, they don't need much documents. It's just the proof to show that this person is your husband, proof to show that this person is your child, and all that. Those are the main documents that you upload. So once you've done that, you've chosen your center where you want to go and do your biometrics, either you upload yourself or they will upload for you. If you upload for yourself, the only thing you have to go with is proof of your payment, proof of your visa payment, and some other printouts that will come out once you upload all your documents. You just take it to the TLS office and then you do your biometrics. But if they are the one uploading for you, then you have to go with all these documents I mentioned. Now you have to go with everything to the place, photocopy of all of them each. You have to take it to them. They will now upload for you by themselves. Then you now do your biometrics. Biometrics is simply your thumbprint. They will capture your face, and then I think that's just it for the visa process. And then after that, once you're done with your whole visa process, you book an appointment, you've gone for your biometrics, then you wait. Now they also have fast track services at TLS. You can decide you want to get your visa or your decision, the decision on your visa on your page, because you have to submit your passport there. So you can decide you want it to come out really early, like the same day or the next day. Is your money, it's plenty money. You can go on TLS website to check all those amounts. Then if you want a fast track of 5 days, yeah, I think the 5 days is £220, which I paid for because I wanted mine to come out on time. I paid for it. And then if you want the normal one, like the normal standard one, it takes up to 3 weeks. It takes up to 3 weeks for you to get a decision on your passport and get your passport back. Then if you're staying in Abuja or in Lagos, you can easily go and pick up your documents by yourself. Now I know I'm talking mentioning mainly Nigeria, and I know other people from other countries are watching me. I'm just saying this based on where I'm coming from. So you can decide to choose to pick up from their office if you're living close by to the TLS office, but if not, they will do a DHL service for you, which is 8,000 naira. I remember I paid 8,000 naira for them to deliver it to me in Port Harcourt. So I think that's the standard money. If you want DHL, that's just the amount they will charge you, 8,000. Then for my dependent, by the time they applied after mine has come, my visa was out. They applied after me, and then it was just basically the same process, but their own requirement was just my visa page, my passport, a letter, a letter from me. A sponsor is like more like a sponsor letter from me stating that so a sponsor letter from me. And I think those are the most main documents, as in requesting my son and my husband to join me and all that. Those are just the documents we submitted, plus their own proof of funds too. You might decide to use your own account or your husband's account, anyone you want to do. Just make sure you have your proof of funds there for 28 days, which, as I've mentioned earlier, the amount you will need for each dependent. You want to have everything in the account, and then you submit. So once you submit every necessary document, you just have to wait for your visa to be out, and definitely you will see your visa. If you submit everything correctly, you will get your visa. And then I forgot to mention, they might send you an email while processing your visa for more documents in case they need to, because it happened to me actually. I paid for fast track, right? It's supposed to come out within, normally fast track before was like 3 days, but now it's about 5 days. So it's supposed to come out in 5 days. The next day after submitting my visa, I received an email. It was on a Friday. I received an email telling me that they need proof of what I've been doing from when I finished my school to till date, right? So because I already mentioned it in my listing that I've been working, I've been doing, mention everything that I've been doing so far. So, but I did not upload any documents proving that fact. So they needed more documents. So if they need anything from me, that is why I said most likely they might not deny you if you have everything correctly. Because normally, if you're doing like a normal visiting visa and you submit some document, they are processing it and they see that you don't have this thing, they cannot prove this. They will not even send you an email telling you to bring those things. They will just deny you. But for this student visa, of course, they want to be sure. So they sent me an email asking me for proof of everything I do, of which I had them. I just gathered them. This email came on a Friday, and I know they don't work Saturday and Sunday, so I refused to send them anything, because by the time I saw that email, it was the end of the work day on Friday. I refused to send them anything because I don't want to send somebody email. They'll not say he lost because of other emails that came in. No, I waited till on Monday morning and I sent all the documents they asked of me. I scanned everything and sent. This one I sent by myself. My agent didn't do it for me. I had to send it by myself, stating this is what I've been doing from so time to so time, which I also included my NYSC certificate because I worked for a year for Nigerian government. So that one too is proof of work, Abby. I sent everything they needed, and within 3 days my passport was out with my visa in it. Whew. I've been talking for so long. Okay, I think that's everything basically. It's really getting cloudy now. My lighting, I'm using natural lighting, so everywhere is becoming somehow dark. So that brings us to the end of this video. If you have any question for me or something I didn't mention in the video, leave it in the comment section down below. If it's something that I can answer, I will answer you. Like I said before, I'm not an expert in this thing. There's so many people that makes video on these things. I'm just doing this video based on what people have been asking me. I just wanted to put my own contribution. I've been at my own coin, just contribute my own coin in it based on my own experience. So yeah, my next video will be discussing traveling. Yes, after your visa, the next thing is to travel, Abby. So we'll be discussing the requirements as at when I traveled, the requirements and everything you need to put together to travel to the UK. Until next time, guys, please don't forget to like, share this video. It's very important. It might help somebody. I'll say that again, it might help somebody. Share this video, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.